Hey Slayers, I'm the world's coolest Sega enthusiast, Sega Slayer 64, and greetings from the land of my Powkiddy X18S. So, first off, I want to apologize about the audio in this video. It's not the greatest quality. I'm actually recording this with my actual real headphones, so usually I have a more expensive headset. It's actually a Turtle Beach that I record with, but this headset the headphones I'm wearing they're actually really good headphones. They're Cohen's, so I have so these are high quality brand headphones, but they're not meant for, the mic on them does suck because they're meant for listening to music, not for actually recording. But that is the only way. The mic on the Powkiddy X18S is so garbage. It's so trash and awful. I swear they just put a mic in here for just to throw it in here. If you're trying to search something up on Google, they can't even freaking hear you. It's so bad. The mic sucks. It sucks. Oh god, it's an abomination. It's terrible. But I'm coming at you finally with the tour of what I have on my Powkiddy X18S. I've been promising this for a while. I said I was going to do a tour of everything I had on the system, and now it's actually been a little bit longer. I have some new things on the system that I didn't have here before, so we're going to be looking at everything I have on the system. Well, not everything. We're going to look at most things. I'm just going to give you a tour of some of the ROMs and games I have on here and show you some of the emulators and how they work and how they perform in this video. And yeah, I'm just going to be doing an entire tour. But I told you guys, let me know down in the comments below if you want any more give me game recommendations that I could show off. Preferably they have to be Sega. I hate to say it, but they have to be Sega. Right? I need some Yeah, you know what? Yeah, they have to be Sega. Yeah, they have to be Sega. I was going to maybe say they didn't have to be Sega, but if I say they don't have to be Sega, then we start a precedent, and I don't want to start that type of precedent. You know what I'm saying? You give an inch, people take a mile. You see what I'm saying? So let's just avoid that altogether. You see what I'm saying? So please though, be sure to give me some Sega game recommendations. They don't have to be on Sega consoles. You can go on Gamecube, PS2, Wii. Give me some recommendations here so I can test out some games. Please, I'm begging you, dude. I want some recommendations so I can, so I'll even do some Sega Android games if that's what you guys want. But I want to show off more of what I have on here, what this thing can do. You know what I'm saying? I want to show. So if you got some Sonic or Sega recommendations down in the comments below, leave them down there. I'm telling you so I can show you what this thing can do. Now, before we get into this video, I have to discuss a few things. This is not a stock Powkiddy X18S. It's running Lineage Os. So if you want this type of performance on your Powkiddy X18S, you're going to need Lineage Os, okay? And you get that from Black Service Patreon. If you ask me down in the comments below, I'll explain. I'll send you a link to some videos. I'll send you a link to how I got Lineage OS, which is I flashed custom Lineage OS firmware on here. I'll give you a video link to that if you ask for it down in the comments below. I'll also leave a link down in the comments below. The Powkiddy X18S. Actually, I'll leave that link in the description. Make sure to check the description. That's where I keep all the links and things for you to check out on the channel. All the links are down in the description, so I'll leave links down in the description. Start reading the description, people. Okay? Now, without further ado, right? That's the only thing I have to say. So keep in mind, this extremely good performance that I get here is heavily tied to Lineage OS, although you're going to get almost all of this performance, all of this extremely good performance on a base Powkiddy X18S without Lineage OS, although I'd say, okay, let me explain to you something, right? Whereas with Lineage OS, let's say I get about maybe 10 to 15% of the Wii library working, right? I get about 90% of the GameCube library working, and I get about, I'd say, a good 80% of the PS2 library working because of Aether SX2, right? Those numbers are going to be cut in half without Lineage OS, right? So that 10%, that 15% of Wii games working will probably be cut down to maybe 5%. And that's heavy without Lineage OS, right? The flashing is so easy to do. It's so quick and easy. I literally took this out of the box and flashed it with Lineage OS within 5 minutes, and that's not a joke. Granted, I have modded a lot of consoles in my life, but even without it, like, all you need is a computer and your cord that your Powkiddy came with, right? No, you can probably do it. No, you can't. You can't do it with your phone. You have to have a PC of some kind. But I think they support Linux. They support the flashing software supports Linux, Windows. It's easy, okay? I'll leave a link to a video down in the description below, right? But either way, so that PS2 performance is probably going to be cut down from 80% to about, well, it's probably not even 80% now with Lineage OS. It's probably about maybe, and that's probably being optimistic, it's probably about 55% maybe, if I'm being optimistic. But that 55% will be cut down to about 28%. No, probably even less than that. If you don't have Lineage OS, you're going to want Lineage OS to get this amazing performance. I'm telling you guys. The GameCube performance will take a huge hit from the 90% it's at now to about maybe an 50% chance of games running. So like those higher powered GameCube games you want to play, they're gonna work most of the time, but you're gonna want Lineage OS like I have here. It's not free. You have to give Black Seraph $10, but listen, I'll leave a link to the video down in the description below. But either way, let's get right into everything I have in this video right now. Everything I have on this sucker. We're not going to go through everything, but we are going to go through a lot of things. If something doesn't need explaining, I won't explain it. But either way, let's get into it. So the first thing you're going to notice about my Powkiddy X18S is it's running Lineage OS, which is Android, yet the Android menu does not look right. It looks almost like a game console. And that is because I went to the Google Play Store here, and I installed this app called ATV Launcher. This is the free version, but there is a pro version. And what it allows you to do is it makes your Android home screen look like this, right? So it gives the apps these boxes and and there's a slide over menu. If I could get to it, it's not going to let me get to it. Or you could hold an app and there's a slide over menu over here, and it essentially just gives these apps a box look, and it sits right on top of the wallpaper you have, and it makes it look like an official console. So it just makes everything feel more console like. It's easier to navigate with controls, right? So instead of me having to touch the screen, like I have visual touches on, so you can see whenever I touch the screen, like I'm doing right now, but it's easier for me to just use the analog stick right now to control these things. The problem is, if you don't have them in these boxes like this, it's hard, right? It's annoying, it's painful, and you have to use the touchscreen. On a clamshell device, you're going to want an ATV launcher. The free version is free and it gives you free access, but they try to tell you there are a few things you need to upgrade to the premium for. I'm gonna do it eventually. Right now, I'm not doing it because it's just not worth it for me. I just want the apps in the boxes. I really don't care about the rest of the stuff it has to offer. So I don't upgrade to the premium, but you can if you want to. I know Russ from Retro Game Corp does, and he was the one who actually inspired me to get this, right? So I know he has the free version. He has the premium version of the ATV launcher, and it's worth it to him. To me, it's not worth it, so I haven't bought it. I didn't buy it because I don't need the extra things it offers. I can just go into direct settings and apps and do things I want to do inside of there myself. But that's the first thing. This is standard. This is a standard audio effects, standard browser, calculator, calendar, Google Chrome, where I get all my, let's just say, games from, clock, context, drive, files. So they have two file systems. I prefer using I use both depending on depending on what I need. So this one right here is by Google, and this had to be installed because Lineage OS does not come with apps, but it tells you how to flash it with apps. all the Google apps in there, and this is the standard one. Next, we have the gallery where you would view all your pictures. Now, this one is the first important one, right? You see this one is Gif Live Wallpaper. Well, you might notice that I have, if you go up here, a picture of Ice Sonic continuously just sliding down the ice cap, the ramp at the beginning is so cool to me, and that is my background. I'm gonna change it eventually, but to get this, you have to have this special app called Gif Live Wallpaper, and you essentially just pick a GIF, and you can even change the scale of the GIF, so how it appears on your home screen. And I just have mine stretched like this, but if you don't want it stretched, you could also have it like that. And so instead of it being stretched, it looks like that. It looks a little worse to me. I prefer to have it stretched, but it's up to you. Genuinely, you can pick whatever you want. So yeah, I have mine stretched out like this, and it just puts a moving gift on the background. It just makes it look a lot cooler instead of just having a standard picture in the background. I would rather have something cool that moves, and this is completely free. Again, you can go download this. Gmail, I don't check my emails on this, but if you want to check your emails, there you go. That's here. Google, again, Google is just Chrome, so we'll leave those two alone because Google Play Games. I use this for the achievements for Android apps. I already have a Google Play Game account, and I'm sure most of you do too. And so this is how you manage all your achievements, and a lot. It's the cloud saves all your Android games. So you probably have this if you game on Android already, so it's no big deal. Google Play Store, obviously, you're gonna need to get all your apps from somewhere. Magisk. So Magisk is a homebrew thing. Well, it's a homebrew thing. It involves root. My device is when you upgrade the Lineage OS, your device is technically rooted. So this thing right here is rooted technically. So Magisk allows me to install unauthorized apps and things like that. I don't use it. I only used it to get the Google apps, and other than that, I don't mess around in here because I don't know what I'm doing in there yet. I am going to learn eventually. I know my way around Android pretty well, but I still don't know. I'm still new to the whole Android upgrading thing, so I know my way around base Android, but root Android, I still don't know my way around. So I don't advise messing around in there if you don't know what you're doing. And that's coming from someone who mostly knows what he's doing, but not in there, so I don't mess around with it. But if you know what you're doing, well, then I'm sure you'll have a blast. Google Maps, don't use that, because who's using this thing for Google Maps? So here we go. We're getting to the official emulators and stuff down here. So the first emulator I have on here is good old MD.EMU, and I was already playing a game, so you're gonna have to forgive me for that, but I was already playing Golden X2, but essentially I just have MD.EMU on here, the paid version, and I have the paid version because that's what I want. But here we go. So over here on my directories, I don't know where it is, I have different files for whatever games I have, and down here in my Sega Mega Drive file, or SMD, I have what is called a Sega Genesis ROM pack. So essentially it's just every Sega Genesis game ever made, including things like freaking the Sega Channel screens and things like that. That's just all here, and it just gives you every Genesis game, or a good, not every game ever made, but a good number of them all combined together. Now, you might be saying, Sega Slayer, why do you need this? Well, because I have a ton of Genesis games already on my phone that I was not about to sit down and move over here. So you can download this one ROM pack and just get everything efficiently put on here. So now, when I want to play a Sega Genesis game, let's just say I want to look for, let's just say I'm bored and I want to play some Street Fighter 2 Special Championship Edition. Don't play fighting games on this system, by the way, because they suck. Playing with the D-pad, you're gonna need to play with the analog stick if you want to have any good type of fighting experience on here. And even with the analog stick, it's still not the best experience on here. If I'm just being honest with you, it still sucks, as you can tell. Like, I'm still struggling to pull off combos, but like, yeah, this sucker, you're gonna need to replace the D-pad if you want to play fighting games. Don't buy this for fighting games. I'm just being honest with you. Like, I didn't buy this for fighting games, and I knew I didn't want to. But that's what happens when you try and play with the D-pad. I just realized I'm trying to sit here and... Why am I kicking? I don't need to be kicking. There we go. Yeah, don't look. The point is, I just have a ROM pack so I could just get as many of these games on here as possible, because I want to be. I'm the type of person I want to play Sega Genesis games a lot. I know I want to play Sega Genesis games a lot, and so instead of me just wasting my time going to get whatever game it is I want at the time, why not just have pretty much all of them? Because this is a system on the go. You want convenience, right? So why not just have every single game I know I'm gonna want right there in the palm of my fingertips. And so I have the ROM pack for the Sega Genesis. So I have pretty much every Sega Genesis game, or let's say every major Sega Genesis game, not every Sega Genesis game, but I have every major Genesis game. I'm eventually going to get a Master System ROM pack. I don't have one yet, mostly just because I play Master System games sometimes, but more often than not, I really don't play Master System too often. It has to be that type of thing I have the urge to play. So that is something I don't mind. I don't mind getting separate games for it, but like when it comes to Genesis, I know you never know when you're gonna want to play a Genesis game, and lots of times I want to play very specific Genesis games. So I got this right, so that makes sense. So yeah, that's that. You know, again, just in case you're wondering, I will go down here and look. I missed the S's right here. It does have all of the Sonic games, so I don't know where they are at though. I have to find them. There we go. So we got lots of the Sonic games: Sonic 3D Blast, Sonic & Knuckles, Sonic Classics compilations, Sonic Crackers, Sonic Eraser, Sonic Spinball, Sonic Crackers. What is Sonic Crackers? Is this a I know what Sonic Eraser is. It might not load. Yeah, it doesn't load. It's I guess it's just one of those things. Sonic Eraser, we have played Sonic Eraser before, so you guys know what Sonic Eraser is. We've played that 1,000 times. Oh, this one is in Japanese, not is in English too. So here, Sonic Eraser, you know. There we go. That's Sonic Eraser for you guys. What else? Yeah, this has almost all the Sonic games. I told you it has them all. Real quick though, I will tell you this, right? I don't know how this works, but you're going to want to, when it comes to Sonic 3 and Knuckles, right? I should mention this actually really quickly. When it comes to Sonic 3 and Knuckles, don't get a ROM pack and just think it's going to allow you to work and play, right? It's not. You're gonna have to get Sonic 3 complete. I'm telling you guys right now, or an S3 and K ROM hack yourself, because this one does not have one. This just has all the games separately. Yeah, it has all the Phantasy Star games. It has it all, right? Road Rash 3 right here, just chilling, you know what I'm saying? And you could tell, you already knew I was playing that. So yeah, that's all my Genesis stuff right there. So we can continue going on. Messages, this thing cannot do texting because it does not have a SIM card. Although if you really want to text from a Powkiddy X18S or make calls from it, you could just download one of those apps that allows you to do it. Music, this could be great if you're not allowed to have a phone, right? So I can imagine if you can't have a phone or tablet, this would be a great device to get your kids, because it effectively is a phone without the ability to be a phone, I guess you could say. I mean, you could always download apps that allow you to text, but as a parent, you could just restrict that. But like, this will allow them to have Android functionality and with a few parental controls without having a full phone that they could just text from and things like that. No, this is a game console, so if you want them to be able to have MP3s and things like that, you could download that directly on here. That's a music app for you. Phone does not work because you can't use a SIM card. Photos. This does not have a camera, by the way. I should have mentioned that there is no camera on this system whatsoever. So if an app requires a camera, yeah, you're out of luck. Photos. So this photo section would really be reserved for if you're going to be recording videos on the device like I am, or alternatively, if you're going to be downloading images and things like that you want to save on here. There you go. So that's that. Pixel tips. This is just comes with Google Pixel phones. It's not supposed to be here. Your standard Android settings. It is 100% stock Android settings, and it's just the normal Android settings. Styles and wallpapers. So this is just your wallpapers for your phone. You know what I'm saying? But I use the live wallpaper as we talked about up here. But this is if you want to select normal wallpapers. This is not a real app. Terminix is another rooting or homebrew app, and it essentially allows you to. Well, it's like a command prompt, so it allows you to change things within the actual Android code itself. Again, do not mess around in here if you don't know what you're doing. I don't know what I'm doing, so I'm not going to mess around in there. You have to install this, though, when you're installing Lineage Os, so don't touch that if you don't know what's in there. So next is PlayStation 2. I think we'll come back to this one, right? I've done no. Well, this is PlayStation 2. I've shown you this a bunch of times. The only game I have on here is Sonic Unleashed. That's all I have on PlayStation 2. I don't have anything besides that. So I'm just gonna show it off really quickly. I've done multiple videos on this game anyway, so there's nothing here you have not seen. You know what I'm saying? I've done multiple videos, so you know all about this. I haven't changed any game. I haven't gotten any extra games since then. I just still only have I still only have Sonic. What am I talking about? I only still have freaking wait. Oh, these are nighttime stages. No, I only still have Sonic Unleashed. I don't have anything else but Sonic Unleashed on PS2, but I'll quickly show it off for anyone who hasn't seen the previous videos. I've done it completely on this entire game. Well, how this game runs. It still runs great, by the way. It still runs good. No stuttering issues, no anything like that. It still runs great, 100%. I say that, and then you see a stutter right at the beginning. But that's most likely because I'm recording. Yeah, it's most likely because I'm recording. That's exactly why it's gonna do that today. I promise you, it doesn't do it normally anymore. I've completely 100% overhauled the settings. So if you're not recording, the game will play just fine for you. I'm telling you. But there's some stutters because I'm recording. By the way, yeah, recording does take away, from the game, as you would expect. Trying to record takes away from the actual processing power of the system. So you, as long as you're not recording, essentially, it'll be fine for you, right? It'll be fine. The game runs at 100%. Even during this, you can see it runs at almost full speed. It is running at full speed in certain areas, but the one I'm recording, it takes a toll, okay? So that's whatever. So we've seen that a million times already. You know about Aether SX2 and how the performance is so great. So next we have My Boy, and you might be thinking to yourself, Sega Slayer, why is it that you have why are you you said you were a Nintendo fan, I mean a Sega fan, why do you have a Game Boy Advance emulator on your Powkiddy? Well, I'll tell you the simple answer right now. First off, there's tons of Sega games on here, and I have a Game Boy Advance ROM pack, but I'll show you that in a second. These are all different games right here. The main reason I'm sitting here is because I wanted to play Charlotte's Web, which is an actual Sega game that I might do a video on one day, and it's a Game Boy Advance game. It's called Charlotte's Web. I like it. I'm sure you guys know about Charlotte's Web, the movie. The movie was actually pretty good. It's a childhood movie, you know. We've all seen it. Sega, for years, right? For years, funny story, and I could do a whole Sega Slayer 64 tales about this. I did not know Sega made this game for years. Like, I used to love this game from when I was a kid, and this is a Game Boy Advance game. There's also a DS version. I never played that DS version. I had the Game Boy Advance version from when I was a kid, but I love this game. I know it's so childish and dumb, but it's really a game I really like. It's just one of, I'm sure a few people out there can relate, right? That, you've had these games from when your childhood that suck, they're shovelware, or they're maybe not that good, or people would find them dumb, but you absolutely love them because of nostalgia. This is one of those games. I played this game all the time when I was a kid. And I'm talking a young kid though. So this was like when this was around one of the games I had when I first got my DS, and I loved this game. Still do. I still play it from time to time, but I only just recently learned, right? I'm talking about I just started replaying this game on the Powkiddy like a month ago, and I kind of put it down. I haven't touched it since. I didn't finish it. I'll come back to it eventually, but like a month ago, I just started playing this on the Powkiddy X18S again, and only then did I realize, wait a minute, you're going to tell me that this game right here was made by Sega? Yes, it was, or at least published by Sega. I had no idea for so long. Oh, but yeah, that's besides the point. That's not the only Game Boy. That's not the first Game Boy game, so that's why I was out of here. But if we go here and we go back really quickly, and we go down to GBA, and we go to GBA ROM pack right here, I have a Game Boy Advance ROM pack for a ton of Game Boy Advance games. So yeah, there's a ton of Game Boy Advance games I have on here. Just why? Same reason for the Genesis. You never know when you want to play a Game Boy Advance game, and all the Sonic games are on here as well. So don't worry. Along with a ton of other Sega Game Boy Advance games. Sega made a lot of Game Boy Advance games, so you can't even get me on this one, right? You can't get me on this one at all. Sonic Advance, right here. Here you go. Game Boy Advance plays great on this. This is a great Game Boy. If you like Game Boy Advance games and you want to see them in a higher resolution, you want them performing great, you want them to sound great, this is a great system for that. Game Boy Advance is good on here. It is great. Again, don't play fighting games, but other than that, Game Boy Advance is it works perfectly on here. It's great. It's a great system to experience these games on. It looks nice. It sounds great. You know what I'm saying? Yada yada yada. More praising the Game Boy Advance. Man, I'm more praising the Powkiddy X18S. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? Great system. I've spouted this a ton of times. But Game Boy Advance, you would expect to work good. It does work great. It sounds good because, you know, Game Boy Advance and Genesis audio is always spotty on different systems, but as this is an Android system, Game Boy Advance and Genesis music is great. Everything works great. It's perfect. So if you want this for like Genesis, Game Boy Advance, and other stuff like that, these lower end systems, you know, it's going to be great for you right now. I'm telling you right now, these games work great. They're a joy to play with this nice big 5-inch screen. You know what I'm saying? It's maybe it's like 5.6 inches or something like that. It's a nice big screen for the system. It's actually bigger than the 3DS XL, or about the same size roughly. I've measured them, and it was when I first got the system, and that was, you know, way back on my birthday. It's almost June now, so, you know, I've had the system for a little over 2 months now. Great system. You know what I'm saying? Great. Well, almost 2 months, I guess. Yeah, a month, a little over a month and something. You know what I'm saying? It's a great system. But basically 2 or 3. Oh, no, basically 3 months if you want to be honest, right? I've had this system for a good 3 months now. Love it. Still play it. Still bring it everywhere I go. Great system. And, yeah, great for Game Boy Advance. So that's why I have this. So I guess that's enough of the Game Boy Advance now. Next we move on to this right here, and this is called Z Archiver. You're going to need this if you put your games directly on here, because this is a file extractor. Now here's the thing: if you have a computer, you can put your games on here from the computer. It's up to you, but I do it on the system directly. Well, I put most of the early games I have on here, so all the ROM packs and big ROMs and things like that, I first took off of my computer and then put those on here. But now whenever I want a game on here, I go download it directly on the system itself. But for the first big gap, I took a ton of GameCube games and Genesis and all that, and I took that and put it on here directly from my PC. By the way, I meant to mention, I should mention this really quickly. The system comes with 64 gigabytes of internal storage. I have a 32 gigabyte SD card for extension myself, so that doesn't matter though, because the system runs Android 11, and Android 11 does not like SD cards, so pretty much the SD card I have is useless for the sucker, if I'm being honest with you. Yeah, but this right here is a file extractor, and so, you know, I just use this to extract big files that come in, you know, like 7Z or zip files, and yeah, that's the only reason I have this. This is a Nintendo 64 emulator. You're probably asking me, what am I doing with this? And I'll be honest with you, right? I'll tell you what I'm doing with it. I have some games on here. So, actually, this emulator right now is dumb. I don't like this one, so we'll come back to it. I don't know why I still have this. I just have it. This is Yaba Sanshiro Pro. So this is the Sega Saturn emulator, and Sega Saturn emulation is great on this system. It's amazing. This system is a beast for Saturn, and I have a few Saturn games on here. We're not going to play them all, but I have Bug, I have Daytona USA and Daytona USA Special Championship Edition. I have Nights into Dreams, Road Rash, Sonic Jam and Sonic R, and Tomb Raider. Oh, and also Virtual Fighter 2. So this sucker is a beast for Sega Saturn emulation. So because I'll show you guys some Sonic R, and then I'll show you guys some Daytona USA, and then we'll call it a day for Sega Saturn emulation, but I just want to show you guys really quickly what this is capable of and what you can expect from the Saturn emulation on this sucker. It's a beast. I'll tell you that right now. So all my fellow Sega fans out there, you're looking to play Saturn on the go, you know what I'm saying? Because Saturn emulation is pretty hit or miss. This sucker has the power completely for Saturn emulation. It's a beast. It is a Saturn beast. Everything 60 FPS. I didn't even click Sonic. This song is really good. Yeah, this is a beast for which one is Radical City? It's Radical City. Living in the City is so good. But no, this is a Saturn beast. As you can tell, everything's running full speed. I don't have the FPS counter on. I probably should. Let's see if we can't look for it really quickly. Show FPS. There we go. Just so you guys, in case I have any skeptics out there about how the game runs, it runs full speed. Like I'm experiencing no problems. I have it on stretch resolution. Everything's looking great. Well, I guess I don't have no stretch resolution. I'm not gonna fix it either. I don't feel like it. Yeah, but the Saturn emulation, as you can see, this is Sonic R, one of the more powerful Saturn games, and it's running full speed. It works great. I don't like Sonic R. I do like Sonic R. I don't like the controls for Sonic R. It's a very hard game to control. Let me explain that before some people, because Sonic R is a good game. It actually is, and it gets unnecessary. It's actually very unique, right? But it does have a nice control learning scheme, right? You got to get used to it, right? And considering Sonic R is really not the game to play on here because the analog. I have big hands. Okay, let me explain something really quickly to you guys. I never explained this to you unless you've seen something like this, right? I have gigantic hands, right? So I'm talking huge. My hands are freaking huge. Like my hands can cover an average person's face, like fully, completely. Like I could probably freaking squeeze someone's entire head just with my hand. Look, we're getting off topic here. Well, no, we're not. But as I said, I have big hands. So this sucker has tiny analog sticks, right? So if you see me playing bad in Sonic R, holding anything but forward, trying to turn is awful for me. But that's a me problem. I have big hands, okay? So I can't. And plus I shouldn't have it set to the analog stick anyway. I should have it set to the D-pad, but I don't. So yeah, my hands are big. They're large. I have a large hands. Okay, so I freaking yeah, the analog sticks. So anything that doesn't have small. That's why I can play so good with the Xbox Duke controller, for example. That was my main daily controller. People ask me, how do you play with that thing? It's giant. It's too gigantic. It's because I have gigantic hands, so it fits perfectly into my hands, and I need the giant analog sticks that it has, and it just feels comfortable to me more than a normal controller. So that is why that's why I'm playing that. But if you have small hands, or you have tiny or normal average size hands, you know, you won't have a problem playing Sonic R. But that's not about. The point is, how does it run? As you can tell, it runs great. It runs full speed. We're going through Radical City here, and I don't have the rainbow level unlocked, so we can go through that. I forgot what it's called. I think it's Rainbow Road. The game looks nice. The music is great, by the way. So yeah, Sonic R 100% works. That's that, right? So now we're gonna go. I'm gonna show you one more game here, and we're gonna just do we'll do Daytona USA Special Championship Edition because that is, again, one of the more intensive Sega Saturn games. And we'll just go over to settings real quickly, show FPS. There we go. So I can just show you guys that the game does run full speed, and then that'll be it for Sega Saturn. But yeah, Sega Saturn, great on the system. If you're looking for Saturn on the go, I'm talking Panzer Dragoon Saga. I had it, and I tested it out, and it works great. If you're looking for that good Saturn gameplay on the go, I'm talking you want Saturn on the go that is actually great and good and fun to play, this is the system you're going to be looking for. You're going to need this system. I'm telling you that right freaking now. Like, listen to old Sega Slayer when I tell you. You're going to want this gameplay. You're going to want it. Like, it's not even a joke. We'll just go with the Hornet here. Now, so you're going to want this gameplay. You're going to want this system, okay? Start your engines. So here we go now. We're just going to, you know, just got to wait for the load, like, all CD games. Oh, by the way, I don't have a PlayStation emulator, but let me just say this, right? Let me just say this, because I don't have a PlayStation emulator. I'm not showing off all the emulators here. I'm sticking more to the Sega emulators or the emulators I have on there, because this is a tour. This isn't me, oh wait, I'm messing up. I'm pressing it. I'm letting it go. But this isn't me going through everything. Everything 32-bit will work. Like, anything, like, let me explain something to you, right? 64-bit and under, everything is great. Regardless of what system you throw at it, 64-bit and under, it's gonna destroy it 100%. You don't have to worry at all. So if you're a person out there looking into this system and you're thinking to yourself, Powkiddy X18S, does it do? I'm looking for the system maybe because I want to play N64. I'm looking for the system because I want to play Saturn. I want to play Dream. I want to play Saturn. I want to play PlayStation 1. I want to play Atari Jaguar for some reason. I want to play Genesis, Game Gear, SNES, Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance. You know, all that stuff. Great. It works great. And another few emulators I'm not showcasing in this video is like PSP. Works 100% great. Like, oh man, it's better than playing on a PS Vita, by the way. So if you're thinking about getting a PS Vita, like, it's better. I still play games on my PS Vita because I brought the PS Vita, and so I want to play all my PSP games on there because I spent money on my Vita and I want to show my Vita love. But if you're thinking to yourself, right, should I get a PlayStation Vita for PSP games, or should I get like Powkiddy X18S? Get the Powkiddy X18S. The bigger screen, better sound, stretch resolution, higher resolution, Every game running at 60 FPS on 2x, 3x resolution, anything you can throw at it, it'll take it like a champ. Like even the most intense games, you know, the God of War, you know, the God of War games, you know what I'm saying? Those are probably the most intense PSP games there are. I could be wrong about that, don't quote me, but they are some of the most intense games. You can run, I think you can run them at, I think if you cap your FPS to something like 25 or something like that, you can run them at 3x, 4x resolutions. But if you, the 2x resolution looks great for those games, and you can run them at full speed 2x resolution and have a heck of a time. Like the experience is amazing, right? So yeah, before I get too engulfed in Daytona USA here, that's the Sega Saturn gameplay for you. So let me start actually closing some of these apps out. You're gonna want to close some of these apps out, because if you don't, you will actually, you know, the more apps you have open, the less power you have. So you're gonna want to have all these apps open. So next is YouTube. Again, this is a standard app that came on here. I don't watch YouTube on here, but again, parents, if you have someone and if you have a kid and you don't want to get them a phone or tablet yet, you could get them this and let them watch YouTube on it. I used to watch YouTube on my DS. So before anyone out here says, hey, clamshells aren't the best for, well, I used to watch YouTube on my DS. That was my main way to watch YouTube back in the day on my DS. I didn't have a computer, so I used to watch, I'm talking way back in the day, I watched YouTube on my 3DS, and I enjoyed it, and I did that for years. So don't come at me saying, oh, Sega Slayer, oh, Sega Slayer, who wants to watch YouTube on a clamshell? I did it for years, and I'm talking first I did it on the original 3DS, and then I did it on the XL, so don't even say that. YouTube is perfectly watchable on here. It's great. Next I have SD card cleaner, and this is just an app that allows me to just clean up stuff in a relatively easy fashion to see what's taking up the biggest amount of space so I can get rid of it quick. Geometry Dash World. This I don't play Geometry Dash. I used to play Geometry Dash. It was fun. Why do I have this on here directly, you're asking? I have this on here because I wanted to it was a request from my friend. And so I wanted to see how it works, and so I did. And you can actually play it with the controllers with the mapping software that comes built into this thing. So that's great. Actually, does it work here? No, yeah, it does. So this thing has built-in mapping software. If you press the G button for games that don't have built-in controller support, it works great for things like PUBG, Call of Duty. So if you're getting this and you're looking to play things like PUBG Mobile, Call of Duty, I don't know if Fortnite Mobile still works, but things like that, if it doesn't have built-in controls, which I think Fortnite Mobile does, I'm not even, listen, you can play it like that, great. This also makes a great Minecraft gaming machine, by the way, as well. Roblox too, all those games right there that have built-in control support, they work great. Next is Unkilled, a zombie game. I was playing this with my brother, with Martian, as you guys might know. It was fun. This game right here, I just wanted to test to see. It's one of the more intensive games. I just want to see how it, if it'll hold up. It runs great. Mighty Fighter 2. This game is actually very interesting. I might do a video on this because this does have some Sega characters in it. I'm not going to open it up because it's an old game and it's no longer on the Android store and it has its own story. But it's the king of parody, Mighty Fighter 2. Mighty Fighter 1 is good. It's made by a small team who no longer exist anymore. They're very cool. I might do a video on them one day because they're not necessarily a Sega company, or nor do they have any Sega characters, but hey, they have a rip-off of Sonic in the game. Plus, I really just like the game anyway, and I really do want to cover it one day. So we'll come back to. I might do a video on that one day. But Mighty Fighter 2, check it out. It's an Android game. It's fun. You can't get it on the Google Play Store anymore, but you can get it with an APK. Next, we have Redream. This one was obvious in the. Earlier when I said everything under 64-bit will work great, well, now when we get into the 122-bit era, 124-bit era, is it 124-bit, whatever, everything works great on Dreamcast. The Dreamcast runs 100%. Like, look, I have phones that can't run Saturn, but I have a phone that can't run Saturn but can run Dreamcast, and so I think that should be a clear example as to how things run on Dreamcast. Dreamcast runs 100%. Let's just go with a safe game. Sonic Adventure 2 does have some copyrighted music that I do not want to play. I do not wish to play. So, yeah, here we go. We'll just speed it up really quickly and open it up. So, here we go. We'll just go with Sonic here and blah, blah, blah. We're in the game. And we're in the egg carrier. Sonic Adventure 1 runs 100%. Everything runs great, as you can see. 60 FPS. No, I got pretty far in the game. So, yeah, I have been playing the game. I've gotten pretty far. Dreamcast is like don't worry, guys. If you're interested, if you're looking for how Dreamcast runs, or if you're looking for how you know, Dreamcast and I can't think of something else, right? Dreamcast was but that's not a Dreamcast problem. That's a Sonic Adventure problem. The point I'm trying to make here is that yeah, Dreamcast 100% works. You're good. Everything's good to go. It works. No problem. You're not gonna have any problems or issues with Dreamcast. You know, as
this must be the way to the sky deck.
One of the more intense games working great here. Well, it's one of the early games. It's probably not really that intense, but it works. So next we go back. So we're gonna change this real quickly. I was also playing Spider-Man, but let's just go to another Marvel vs. Capcom. The music is gonna be extremely loud here, so let me also just speed this up real quick. Do I have any saves on here? I really should have had saves. So let's just go to the arcade really quickly. We'll just select Ryu really quickly, and yeah, don't play fighting games on here. I keep telling you guys that. Do not play fighting games. But this is one of those fighting games that does not work with the analog stick. So don't play fighting games on here, by the way, unless you don't use any special moves. But it works great. Okay. There we go. The game works fine. That's what I'm going to show you. It works great. Also, the music is really good. I really like Capcom. The game works 100%, okay? Is essentially what I'm telling you. By the way, right? This has an HDMI port on it, so you can plug this into your television, right? And you can just connect Bluetooth controllers and play multiplayer with this. It works great. It works just fine. So if you're looking to do that, and that's when you want to play fighting games, well then yeah, fighting games work great on here. But don't play fighting games on this sucker normally. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure I showed you off everything, but I'll show off Daytona USA real quickly just so we can, just so you get one more good idea to how some of these, racing games and things like that work. And create game date, let's record, no, wait, hold on. Oh yeah, whatever. Blah, 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 speed through, Daytona USA, run, single player, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, we'll play as the Hornet, everything's good. Okay, start. Here we go. So here's Daytona USA running on here. It works great, okay? Everything works great. 3, 2, 1, go! So how do I go? Long dress. Okay, I was pressing on my, yeah, but here you go. Daytona USA. 2001, working great on here. Dreamcast, no problem. Any Dreamcast game, I don't care what it is, it will work. If you're broken, Dreamcast at this, you're gonna get perfect. So I think that does it for Dreamcast. That was pretty obvious anyway. Next is Unipatcher, and this right here is just an app that allows you to patch ROMs. So I have this for N64 games and things like that, where I want to play ROM hacks. This is useful for that. I know everyone's looking at this and just like, oh, Sega Slayer. What are you doing? But no, we'll come up. So this right now is another N64 emulator, and I have this because I wanted to play a few games, right? I know. So I am a fan of Super Mario 64, as you know, but that's actually a ROM hack. Paper Mario, I wanted to test it out. Duck Dodgers, obviously, wanted to play that. Favorite TV show in the world. Donkey Kong 64, I was just playing it, testing it out. So now everyone, so that's, yeah, N64 works great on here. You don't even gotta worry about N64, it works great on here. So next we have the Sesame Simulator. You might be asking me, why do I have it? And it's essentially to play Pilot Wings. I just wanted to listen to the music on Pilot Wings. That's literally the only SNES game I have. Don't worry. I haven't traded. Next we have Robbery Bob, another request from someone who wanted to see how it plays on here because they, I guess, liked that game. I let them try it out, and yeah, it's just still here. My old boy. Here we go. This one is for one I really have been waiting to talk about, right? So you might be asking, Sega Slayer, why do you have this app called why do you have a Game Boy Color / Game Boy emulator on here? And it's simple. It's a simple reason. Get ready, folks. I'm about to blow your minds. So, the main reason I have this is, as you can tell, all Wario Land. I just want to play Wario Land. That's it. As you know, I love Wario Land, and so everything Wario Land is just awesome to me. So, I wanted to play Wario Land. Get ready, folks, because I'm about to make history. You all wanted it so bad. Here you go. Yup, that's right. Wario Land 3 on Sega Slayer 64's actual channel in a real video. I hope I've made magic for you guys. I hope this is just so special to you all. It's just I hope this is truly what you've all wanted, a groundbreaking moment. Sega Slayer playing Wario Land on his channel, blah blah blah. It's in the video. This is crazy. It's groundbreaking. I hope I've made you all happy. So from now on, whenever anyone asks me, Sega Slayer, can you please play something other than Sega on your channel? Please. I'm gonna send them to this video right here, so you can stop asking me. There you go. This is the one time. Other than the other time I actually do a let's play of Wario Land on my channel, because I'm gonna let's play all the Wario Land games on my channel eventually. So don't even worry about that. It's gonna be over, guys. It's gonna be time. I can't wait. Those are all gonna be fun let's plays. You know, who even knows? They could be the first game could be the next let's play, right? Who even knows? So yeah, we can be doing that in the future. But yeah, Wario Land, here you go. It's on my channel. I hope you all are happy now, and I'm not gonna let anyone know it's in this video. So if you want to see it, I'm gonna wait a long time before I let anyone know that it's in this video, so we could really see who just watches it and sees. But yeah, either way, Wario Land, that's the only reason I have this, and I also, I just want to play all the Wario Land games, and so that's the main reason. I have Wario Land there, I have Wario Land 2 here. There we go. This is Wario Land 2. My personal favorite is Wario Land 3. I've actually made it to the end of the game, but yeah, Wario Land 2. So there you go. And not only do I have Wario Land 2, I also have where is it? Wario Land. Oh, that's the DX one. That's the one I don't want. Wario Land Super Mario Bros. Yeah, here we go. I actually also have Wario Land Super Mario Land 3 on here. So Wario Land. I'm sure you're all happy to see Wario Land on here. It actually looks pretty normal, right? It actually, yeah, you can actually put color into it with this app. It's some color. It doesn't do proper color, but it does color enough to where it actually looks like it's in color. It's actually really nice, so I have it set to blue. But yeah, Wario Land 1, 2, and 3, I have them all on here. So there you go. Hope you're all happy now. This is Kernel Auditor, and this just allows me to monitor all the temperature and CPU and everything, so you can see everything on here. I have everything set to the highest. I have everything set to the highest. I've overclocked this sucker. It's already pretty much running at its highest frequency, and you can see how hot everything is. And that's all it is. And this is for root devices. Gamecube, we'll come back to this. Sonic Forces Speed Battle, I don't want to play it. I had this, and I wanted to see how it works, but if I click it really quickly, you can see it turns the screen sideways, and it is unplayable on this system. So if you want to play a game like Sonic Dash or something, it does not work, at least normally. You might be able to have some type of hack to turn the screen the right way, but on here, no. Next we have Virtual Boy Rom, and this is, you can probably guess why I have this. I have this for Virtual Boy Wario Land. That's literally the only reason I have this as well. And yeah, it's just Wario Land, but on the Virtual Boy. That's the only reason I have this on here. So if you're wondering about that, yeah, there you go. Hope you're all happy now again. So yeah, that's that. That's the only reason I have that. This next thing is called Matrix Gamepad Pro, and I downloaded this to see if it would allow me to use this system as a controller for another system. I meant for like PC games and stuff like that, and it actually will. So yeah, that's cool. Next we have Sonic 1. Sonic 1 is Sonic 1. I have this on here because I was just playing Sonic 1. That's it. There's no reason to have this because I use the Genesis emulator, so that's whateber. Next is Powkiddy Sim. This is an ad blocker. I use this for malicious apps and things like that. So I don't block ads normally, but for apps that I think are a little bit harmful or that I think just don't deserve money because they're just not good apps. They're out there to steal people's information and money and things like that. I have those all bundled here, so that's why these are here. Wrestling Revolution. This is a fun game I used to play back in the day, and I still do play it. It's very cool. It's actually out on Switch now, so if you want to play it on Switch, there you go. But yeah, I just had that to test out. Goat Simulator, testing it out. Hello Neighbor, definitely testing it out. Again, testing these games out to see the limits of this thing. So now you all want to see GameCube and Wii. Let's get in. Let's show you a few games here. So as far as GameCube goes, we have Sonic Heroes to test out for you all. Is what I'm gonna test out. So yeah, Sonic Heroes, as you might expect, runs great. Like, there's genuinely no reason to expect it not to run great. It runs 100% perfectly fine. You have nothing to worry about. If you're looking to play, freaking What am I talking about? If you're looking to play GameCube on here, I've talked about it a million times. It runs perfect. Everything is good. You know what I'm saying? I have the FPS counter on up there if you want to see it. There we go. Full speed ahead. Sonic Heroes running on GameCube, no problem. GameCube, most of the GameCube stuff, I just fell. I'm an idiot. Most of the GameCube stuff will run perfect. So I've showed that off before. No need to show it off again. So there you go. Wii is where things get fun. Because certain Wii games work and then others don't. So the thing is about Wii, right? Here's the thing, right? I need you guys to listen carefully when it comes to Wii, right? And if you hear me moving, it's because I was sitting in an uncomfortable position. Wii is a mixed bag because most 3D games will not work, right? Some will if you have heavy modifications. You gotta have. Oh, this is Dolphin MMRJ, by the way. It's the best version you have. Don't have the normal Dolphin. That's not gonna work as good. You will have games that work. Some 3D games that work. Mario Kart Wii is actually playable, heavily playable in this thing with the perfect settings, and there's videos out there for those. So Mario Kart Wii will run perfect with those specific settings and certain other games. But in terms of just like standard settings and things like that, well, Wii is very hit or miss. Most 3D games won't work with the standard settings. Don't even try Wii if you don't have Lineage Os. But since I do, I can. So, like, 2D games, right, with Wii are going to work great. If a game is even games like Super Paper Mario count as 2D, they're going to work great. You're going to have no issues trying to run them. They're going to run good, they're going to play good, and they're going to be fun to play. So don't even worry about that, right? But other games like, 3D games are where things get murky. But if I open up Wario Land Shake It, because we just broke down the boundaries here and said that, hey, guess what? We can play Wario Land games on my channel. So happy now, right? You're happy. We got Wario Land on the channel. That's as far as we're ever gonna get, right? So now that we broke those barriers here, you can see Wario Land Shake It runs pretty much perfectly on this sucker with Wii settings. It runs perfect. I have a profile because I was obviously playing the game. So yeah, we made an exception only for Wario Land, by the way, so don't ask me down in the comments below for anything else. Wario Land is the only game that gets the well, maybe Mystery Dungeon in the future. But the point is, right, the point I'm trying to make here is that 2D Wii games, this is a complete Wii game, 2D Wii games are going to run perfect on this thing. They're going to be playable. They might need a few settings, tweaks themselves, like, I'm not going to guarantee you that every 2D Wii game is going to run great, but the point is 2D Wii games will, for the most part, run at full speed. Maybe a few frame dips, but like 2D Wii games are more than playable. This is more than playable experience, and this is what I have been playing with in terms of Wii on here. Wario Land Shake It runs great, and all you gotta do is mess around with the controls to get it to work. And the substitute for gyro controls are right there, and I messed up and got in this corner when I shouldn't have and lost coins. But yeah, as you can see, Wario Land Shake It runs great, runs 100% full speed. No big deal at all. Like, there's nothing to worry about. If you're looking for 2D Wii games, like you got some Wii games that are either really low quality or like 2D, well, they're gonna work great, so don't worry. So all you I don't know, maybe even things like Mario Party and things like that will run great. Well, of course, but who wants to play those by themselves? I don't know, it's up to you. But like for your 2D games on Wii, you got no problem right now. They're all gonna run great. I promise you that right now. So don't even worry about that. What can we shake out of him? Garlic? Sorry, buddy. So we're gonna need this really quickly. Oh yeah, Wario Land Shake It is a good game. If you haven't played it, go play it. It's a really good game, right? I'm a big Wario Land fan. I'm pretty sure we already know I love Wario Land and Mystery Dungeon so much. So yeah, it works great. It's a great game. So don't worry, right? Don't worry. Yeah, Wario Land. Great. Okay. So again, let me just reiterate one more time, so we don't get any misleading comments down below. 3D Wii games are extremely hit or miss. Lots of the heavier titles aren't going to work. Mario Galaxy, I don't know. Mario Galaxy 2, I also don't know. I think they have been made playable, but those are some of the more official games. The lower stuff, like, don't go on here expecting Call of Duty Black Ops 1 to work, or Modern Warfare, because I have no idea about that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? I haven't tested those games, so don't quote me on that. You know what I'm saying? I have seen people play games like Dead Rising on here, and it works great on Wii. So I guess it's just a matter of playing with the settings, but let me just quickly show off the next game, and that's Sonic Colors. I have Sonic Colors on here. Sonic Colors, I have played around with tons and tons of settings with this game. I have managed to get the game to a state in which it's actually playable, somewhat. So here we go. You can see I've gotten Sonic Colors to a point where it is actually playable. So it is somewhat playable. It has its stutters, as you can see. It does stutter in a few places, and the frame rate is very broken, but like it's technically playable. Would you want to beat the game like this? I don't know. Probably not. I don't think I would. But it's playable, right? I've gotten it playable, as you can see. So I think that's the thing. That's the thing here. With some slowdown in some slower areas, but I've gotten it playable. That's the thing. These are still not the perfect settings. I'm sure there's even better settings than this out here for this game. Sonic Colors is not a hard game to run. You see what I'm saying? It's one of the easier Wii games to run anyway, and so a lot of people use it for testing when it comes to Wii. But I've got, like, you can see some areas Sonic is still slow. He's not full speed. So yeah, that's how that whole thing works. But Liza. Also, I have this weird glitch where it turns the games in Japanese. Don't ask why, but don't ask me why. But it's playable. It works. It works. You could play this. Like, if you were in the car and you were really desperate to play Sonic Colors, you could play this no problem. You could beat the game like this. I can't speak for the later levels because I haven't sat down and actually played enough to make it to the later levels to tell you if they work. But Sonic Colors, somewhat playable. Oh, Sonic Unleashed Wii, by the way, if you're wondering about the Wii version of the game, is actually fully playable. I don't have it on here. So that Sonic and the Secret Rings is also really playable. Sonic and Black Knight also 100% playable. So Sonic Colors is the only one that has more trouble being played than the other Sonic games. So almost all Sonic Wii games work great, including Sonic Colors. Again, I'm sure there's some better settings out there for it. I just haven't sat down and played with them fully to truly know it works because I was too lazy to do it, right? I'm gonna look around for some more videos, maybe showcasing some perfect settings, but hey, it works, right? And this is with Lineage Os though, so I don't know how the game will perform without Lineage Os. But yeah, here we go. Let's just run up this last ramp here for you guys to show you. Like, you gotta admit, this is impressive, right? Because your phone most likely can't even do this, right? Unless you have, like, one of the best flagships. And even if you do, it still cannot do it, like, that well because it doesn't have processing power. But to be honest with you, if you're looking for, like, full-on great all-around Wii performance and Switch and other things like that are coming to Android, get the Odin. You're gonna want the Odin for the more crazy stuff. But like the Wii is somewhat playable. You got playable stuff on the Wii, so I think that goes to show you. So like games like 2D games are gonna play the best though. So like your Wario Land Shake-Its, your Super Paper Mario's, your things like that, and even Sonic Colors is a game that is extremely level based. So certain levels perform better than others. So so that is also a thing that you have to take into account for a minute. Like if we the menu here works obviously, but if we actually take a minute and go back to the first level. So let's we gotta wait for this to open up. Before we go there, let's let me actually quickly save this real quick. Save state right now. You can save state, by the way. I have the game set to thinking I'm playing playing with a GameCube controller, whatever. Let's go to the first level real quickly. Let's just see how it performs really quickly. Might be some starters in the first part, but yeah, little stutters. But the point is, I've gotten the game to a point where it's somewhat playable. I'm sure this game could be 100% playable if you truly know what you're doing. I do not. So I do know what I've been doing. I've been doing emulation for years and years now. I'm talking over a decade at this point. But I was too lazy to sit down and truly mess with the settings, is what I mean. So emulator settings are annoying to fiddle around with, and so it's one of those things that if you truly want to get it playable, I didn't really care about playing Sonic Colors on the go that much anyway. You know what I'm saying? I'm kind of Sonic Colors out thanks to Sonic Colors Ultimate. So, I'm not really looking to play Sonic Colors on the go. So that's why I truly haven't sat down. But it's possible. If you know how to mess with the settings, or you're willing to mess with the settings and just play with a bunch of stuff, it's gonna work for you. You can see I've gotten it to an already extremely playable point right there. So there we go. That's everything I have on my Powkiddy X18S. This video was fun to make. It is. I've enjoyed showing you guys, and I'm gonna let me know down the line, maybe 6 months from now, a few months from now, if you would like another video to see if I've updated anything or anything like that. And if I did, I will be happy to make that video. But yeah, that's everything on my Powkiddy X18S. So let me know down in the comments below. Have I encouraged you to want one or get one of these things? You should. It's a great system. If you need help trying to get Lineage Os and you actually got one, let me know down in the comments below. I got you. I'll tell you what to do down there. I'll be sure if you have any questions, any at all. I'm telling you guys, please do not be afraid. I don't care if you've never left a comment on a video before. If you're at all interested in this thing or you have any questions about certain games running, leave them down in the comments below. If I've never tried a game, I'll go try it out and then come back to your comment. I'll let you know first that I'm going to go try it out, and then I'll come back and answer your question for you. So don't be afraid to ask me questions. I'll be here all day. I check the comments regularly, so I'll be glad to answer any questions. I encourage you to. I would love to answer some questions about this system. So, yeah, so don't be shy. But other than that, yeah, that's the Powkiddy X18S. That's what I have on mine. And if you're new here, if you could subscribe, that'll be really awesome. We're trying to reach 300 subscribers, and you'll be helping us out a lot. Make sure to share this video with your friends to become a Super Slayer. I've been the world's coolest Sega enthusiast, Sega Slayer 64, and I now have to go edit this on my computer. So I'll see you later. Until next time, remember, have a good day, good night, or good anytime. Have a good one, Slayers.